Good morning, Nate, the FitFutureMD here. Welcome to the channel. I lost 30 pounds in 30 days. Make sure you pick up the free fitness and nutrition plan in the description below. Like I say, it's free. Check it out. Let me know what you think. But it basically shows a lot of the techniques from the time I started as a person that could not even get up off the couch without hurting their knee, to a person that, you know, now has lost 30 pounds and, you know, I basically cut all blood markers in half, you know, from where they were. So high triglycerides, high cholesterol, you know, that kind of stuff. So check it out. You know, if you have any questions, you can always email me at fitfuturemd@gmail.com. So last video we talked about real estate, and real estate is really one of those things where people really believe in it or people really don't. And so I'm specifically talking about Grant Cardone here. He really is pushing right now that a house is not an asset, and that comes, stems from Robert Kiyosaki saying that a house is not an asset, that it's a liability because it doesn't pay you, right? Now, this is an interesting perspective because, a house does not necessarily give you cash flow. Like if you're not doing something that causes you to, if you're not renting the house out or Airbnb in the house, or throwing parties at the house, renting it for weddings, or making it some kind of event space, or doing something to make your house an asset. You're not house hacking, right, where you have roommates paying you to pay your mortgage. If you're not doing that, then that's basically, it's not producing cash flow, that they think it's not an asset. Where there's a lot of assets out there that appreciate in value that don't give you cash flow necessarily. So I completely disagree that a house is not an asset, right? That it's a direct liability. Now, yes, a house can cost you, money to maintain, but that doesn't make it necessarily a liability, right? To me, right? And because as you know, if you're in an area where, so there's two types of appreciation, right? There's appreciation for the area that you're in, so more people are living there, so more demand, right? Less supply. And then there's what you call forced appreciation, right? Which is either where you raise the rent on something or you improve the property so it's worth more in value. That's called forced appreciation. So example, for our home, our home needed to be painted. It needed new flooring. It needed, to fix the roof. And it had a hole in the side of the house from a hurricane, and that needed to be repaired, right? So we were able to get this house for a percentage cheaper because of these issues with the home. Now, I came in, Meredith and I came in, and we did with, forced appreciation on it. So we painted it, we put new flooring in it, we had the roof repaired. The previous owner, before we signed the papers, fixed the hole on the side of the house, right? So we have what's called forced appreciation into the house, right? The home has been improved, from our original buying, and therefore, increased in value, right? So making our home an asset, right? And you know, other things you could do, you know, to force appreciation is rent the house out, increase the rents, you know, stuff like that. You know, luckily for us, we're on a traditional mortgage, so if we wanted to move somewhere and we could rent this house out, we can absolutely do that. Like I say, we locked in a low interest rate, so we don't really want to. So normally what you would do in the BRRRR method is you buy, you renovate or repair, then you rent out the house, and then you refinance the house. Okay, so right now we've bought and repaired, we do not rent the house, and we decided not to refinance the house because of the interest rate that we locked in, right? So, but there's other ways you can get the money out of the house, right? You can do a home equity line of credit, right? And you can use that to go buy things if you wanted to go buy more assets with the equity in your home, right? Or against the equity in your home. But we've chosen not to do that either, right? They say you want to, like I say, when you're on a 30-year fixed mortgage, you know, under 3% interest, like you are with inflation at 7%, 8%, like you are at the lowest risk you can possibly be at as far as having a mortgage and owning a home, right? And to me, that makes your home an asset, right? Your home is like you are literally making money off the bank's money every year, right? And even if real estate pulls back 30%, it's already doubled from where we bought it. Okay, we forced appreciation at least 80 grand, right? At least 80, right? And then you add on top of that the inflation and the fact that more and more people are moving to North Carolina, even if it pulls back 30 to 40%, you're still doubled from where we got it. So, and you know, then if you're trying to sell it, but we're never going to sell this. This property is going to be our property for at least 27 and a half years, right? And if you didn't know, that's the amount of time that you can depreciate the property if it was a rental, right? So I completely disagree that a house is not an asset, right? Your home. And to me, you know, yes, there are times where you may be in the process of, oh, I'm in this place for a short amount of time. You know, it doesn't make any sense to risk 10 grand or 12 grand to get into a home, but you're paying 10 grand anyway, right? You know, so I still think if I had to do it over again, right? You know, I graduated from high school in 2005, and in 2005 they would have given a home loan to my dog, right? Happened all over the place. And you know, I feel like if I had to do it over again, I would have bought a house where I went to college. I was going to be there for 4 to 5 years, right? I would have absolutely had roommates to pay off that mortgage, right, while I was there. And you know, I probably would have paid for school from the increase in value of the home over that time. I say I absolutely would do that. Hindsight's always 20/20, but this is why I teach you now, like, get into a home, you know, make sure, you know, you get in on a wedge deal. They're out there, there's plenty of them out there. And right now with interest rates going up, you can throw offers out there that are, you know, 20 or 30% lower than the asking price. And you might get away with it, right? And so you end up in that 30% wedge. If it goes down 30%, you're still good, right? Even if it goes down 50%, you're still good because you lost less money over time than you would have as a renter, right? When you rent, you lose 100% of your money. 100% of your money is gone. So, and it paid off that person's mortgage. So to me, buying is the way to go. And, you know, I'm not a realtor, you know, and I think that it's very much proven that when you sell, that, you know, if America's going to continue to inflate, right? You know, when you sell, you're leaving money on the table. And, you know, and it depends on how much money you're going to make. Let's say most people do not own a business, right? And they're not going to own a business. They're going to be an employee. They're going to go to work, come home, and raise their family, you know, contribute to society and raise their family. Like, those people, the 90%, you know, they deserve to have assets. And a good asset is a home that goes up in value over time, you know, where they can have beautiful memories and raise their family. And, you know, as much as I miss living in a condo or living in an apartment, you know, as much as I miss, like, oh, I don't, you know, not having to go cut grass or, you know, fixing a door here and there, and, you know, the toilet clogs, unclogging the toilet, like, it doesn't overtake. So most people are hourly employees, right? I'm an hourly employee. And, you know, there's a certain level when you get over what it would be worth to repair something, right? Based on your hourly wage. And, you know, everything I did to this house was within my hourly wage rate, especially now that wages have inflated. So, you know, it's a lot better feeling when you earn the appreciation on your home, you know, than losing your money renting, you know, because that place paid somebody to come fix something when you could have taken a screwdriver and tightened up the doorknob, so, or replaced the doorknob, or put WD-40 on a, you know, on a hinge, right? Like, it's a no-brainer to me. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Like I say, I do believe that a house is an asset, and it is you should be able to, when you're in a when you're in a bull market, right? It's a no-brainer to buy a home. When the market's going down, it's still a no-brainer to buy a home, especially if you're still looking for the wedge deal that you improve the property. I'm Nate, the FitFutureMD, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.